So you're thinking of moving to Provo, Utah or the Utah County area? Well, then this channel's for you. In this channel, we cover everything what it's like to live in Provo, Utah and all the surrounding areas. I'm talking about properties and homes from Lehi to the north, Linden Vineyard in the middle, to Payson, Salem on the south, and every city in between. In this particular video, I'm going to be talking about the cost of living in Payson, Utah. Can you afford to live in Payson, Utah? That's what I'll be covering. What it's going to cost you to buy a house, to rent a house, to go grocery shopping, what transportation costs are, the utility costs. That's what we'll be covering in this video. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and click on that notification bell so that you get notified every time that I drop a new video about what it's like living in Provo, Utah. So with that, let's talk about specifically Payson, Utah, which is a city of about 20,000 people, and it's located approximately 20 minutes south of Provo, Utah. Okay, so can you afford to buy a home or rent a property in Payson, Utah? Well, let me give you the stats on what housing properties and housing values and what they're doing in Payson right now. So I looked just a few moments ago. There are currently 57 active listings on the multiple listing service. So if I add in homes that are to be built, so the jobs that builders are listing that they're willing to build, if you'll make an offer, then that's a whole lot more houses. But as far as homes that are actually built and ready to go, there's 56 that are on the market. Most of those homes fell between the 3,000 and 4,000 range as far as square footage. So a 3,000 to 4,000 square foot home, and the price range on those anywhere between 600,000 and 700,000 was kind of the average price I've seen on that. Definitely depends upon, you know, how nice it is, how new it is. If it's brand new, it's going to be on that topper end of that range. If it's a, you know, a 10 or 15-year-old home, then it's probably more in the mid range of the 600,000. If it's older than that, then it's closer to the 600,000 price range. So that's what you're looking at for a home like that. And don't forget, you're going to have property taxes as well when it comes to cost of living. Property taxes in Utah are quite affordable compared to other areas, and so you're going to be somewhere around the, probably around the $2,200 to $2,500 per year range for a property tax for a home in that price range. The next range I saw was homes that are between 2,400 square feet and 3,000 square feet, and they were ranging between 500,000 and 600,000. Now again, the range definitely depends upon the condition of the home, the year it was built, you know, how new it is, what the age is, whether it's dated inside or not. And again, you're looking somewhere around $2,000 a year for your yearly property taxes. Next range of homes, 2,000 to 2,300 square feet. Those homes are right around your mid 400,000 range. Taxes probably about $1,800 a year. Those are a lot of the tri-level style homes, a lot of bi-level style homes, the small rambler style homes. Homes that are probably built more in the 70s and 80s. There are quite a few of those tri-level and bi-level and small rambler homes that are built in that time frame in Payson, and they're all pretty much the same floor plan. A lot of those small rambler style homes, you walk up maybe 3 or 4 steps and you've got a family room, a kitchen, and then 3 bedrooms down the hall and a bathroom, and then the basement's mirrored to the upstairs. That's a very typical rambler. You have a lot of those in the north end of Payson, and also more on the I guess south end, south of the 800 South exit. There's quite a few of those. So anyway, that's what you're looking at for that price range. And then you've got homes between 1,500 square feet and 1,800 square feet. Those are ranging around 380,000, maybe even up to 400,000. Those are a lot of your townhome style homes. Most of the communities around here are really starting to pop out a lot more of the townhomes just because they're a little more of affordable price range for some people. I have seen townhomes that are even going for more than that, but they're usually a little bit bigger on the square footage. So the last square footage range and price range I'll talk about is the homes that are between 1,000 to 1,300 square feet. Those homes are going anywhere from 300,000 to 350,000. Basically, those are some old homes and condominiums, but mostly condominium style properties. That's what you're looking at there. You know, you're probably $1,200 to $1,500 a year for your property tax. So, you know, reach out to me if you're thinking of moving in this area. I can certainly send you a free list of any of these homes. You can check them out to your heart's content. or if you have any questions on them, feel free to, like I say, reach out to me. I love to answer any questions, be of service to you. Now, when it comes to renting in Payson, rents have gone up pretty much everywhere in Utah County, and Payson is no exception. You're going to be looking at probably close to $2,500 to $3,000 a month for a standard 2,800 to 3,200 square foot home. That's usually going to be a home that's got 5 to 6 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms. That's about what your price range is going to be. Now, recently by the hospital in Payson, the Mountain View Hospital, they've popped up a very large apartment rental complex, and they have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments there, and they're going anywhere from $1,300 to $1,400 for that 1 bedroom, all the way up to like $1,800, $1,900 for the 3 bedroom. So it's quite a bit of money to pay for a condo, but they are brand new and in really good condition. I mean, they're not even finished building that whole complex yet. So anyway, that should give you an idea of what it's going to cost you to buy or live or rent in Payson. I did forget, excuse me, I did forget to mention that if you're renting like a single room, expect to pay somewhere between $500 and $600 a month. And then there's certainly, I'm seeing quite a few people that are renting out their basement apartments in their homes, and they're renting those out anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800 for 12 to 1,600 square feet basements. And generally when I see that price range, most of those people are also including your utility cost in that price. So there's your cost of living on housing for the city of Payson. So one of the other things people want to know about is what's the utility cost for Payson City. Most of your utilities are going to be through Payson City themselves, so you're going to be paying for your water bill, your sewer, your electric. Those things are going to be a bill that you pay to Payson City. They're the ones who provide that service. When it comes to your natural gas, and that's going to come from Dominion Energy, that'll be a separate bill. But if you want to just kind of estimate for a home that's anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 square feet, you're going to be somewhere between $300 and $400 a month for your monthly utility bill. That's if you're kind of doing the equal pay average type of thing. That includes paying Payson City and Dominion Energy. If you're a 5,000 square foot home, you're going to be paying like $500. If you're one of the smaller townhomes or condos, then your bill's probably going to be around $200 to $300 a month to cover your utilities. No one loves paying utilities, but they're kind of a fact of life, right? You got to have lights and water and sewer and all that kind of stuff. So the bill just kind of is what it is. I think Payson City is pretty comparable to all the other cities around. I don't hear a lot of people complaining about how expensive their utilities are. They do a good job of keeping them affordable and reasonable as they possibly can. But again, Payson City is going to cover those main bills: the water, sewer, power, and electric. That's who you'll be paying for your utilities. Next thing up on the list is transportation. How much is it going to cost you to get around? One thing you got to keep in mind is Payson City is not really a real walkable community. It's not one of those where you're going to be walking to the grocery store and hauling your groceries home. You're probably going to want a car. So really it's quite subjective. It's going to be dependent upon what you like to drive. If you like to, I noticed a lot of people in Payson drive the big old trucks that get 10 miles to the gallon. So it's going to cost you a lot of money for your transportation. Then again, I see plenty of hybrids and Teslas and things of that nature that are a whole lot cheaper. I personally like to drive a Honda Insight, where I can average anywhere from 47 to 51 miles per gallon. So that saves me a ton in fuel there and makes my transportation costs low. If you don't have a vehicle, well, then you do have you can catch the UTA bus in Payson. They have I think the bus only pass is like $85 for a month, and then their premium pass is $170. That's a month, and that would allow you to take the bus and then catch the front runner train in Provo that you could then take on up to Salt Lake City, or I think even on up to Ogden. So there has been talk of a TRAX line coming all the way down to Payson. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I have heard that's coming. So as far as transportation costs go, it really depends upon what you drive and whether you have a car or not. You certainly have options to call Ubers or things of that nature if you need that. But yeah, if you're wanting to go to the grocery store or to dinner or the movie, you definitely need to have a vehicle of some type. Let's talk childcare costs. So I was checking on local daycares. Most of them I'm seeing are somewhere between, let me look at this. I wrote this down. They're looking somewhere between $170 a week per child. That's usually for an infant. Kids that are like 3 or 4 and up are about $150 a week. And certainly there's all kinds of options. Maybe you only need kids in daycare for a day or two. So you can just check around with the different companies and find out what they would offer you. I'm sure it wouldn't be as much as that, but as I mentioned, the 170 week, that's for having your kid in daycare every day, Monday to Friday, for 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. or whatever their hours are. So, but if you only need them in there for a couple days, then you can get it for a little bit cheaper. Now, if you're just looking for some good preschool options, where you just want to send your kid off to preschool for a couple hours a day to get ready for kindergarten, then you're looking somewhere between $90 and $100 for a month. That's what we paid with our preschool teacher, was $90 a month per child. That got them 3 days a week at the preschool where they did a great job and got them ready to go for kindergarten. So anyway, that should give you a little bit of an idea of what some child care costs are in the Payson area. Next up on the list are groceries. What's it going to cost you for food to feed yourself? I always like to personally budget around $100 to $150 a month per person. That seems to handle my family just fine. In Payson, they have 3 main grocery stores. You've got the Super Walmart out by the 800 South and I-15 interchange. That's been there quite a while, so you can get plenty of groceries there. If you come east on that 800 South all the way up to the State Road, that's where Smith's is at. They've been there a long time as well. They have good prices. And then if you come on down to Main Street and come out towards I-15 on the Main Street exit, then they've got a Payson Market, which is another food club grocery store that has good prices. So you've got 3 options for shopping locally right there in Payson for all your groceries. If you need to shop for anything besides groceries, you're probably doing a lot of that, maybe in Spanish Fork if you need to go to a Lowe's or Home Depot. Although Payson does have a great Ace Hardware where you can get a lot of your home goods and home needs right there. But anyway, so when it comes to groceries, I would say budget between $100 and $150 a month. You should be good. Of course, it can always be more if you want more expensive items. Beef's definitely become more expensive. I spent about $150 the other day just buying like 4 packages of steaks. So it's a little pricey to get that. We don't get that very often. Usually just get some chicken, a little bit more affordable. Anyway, there's some idea on cost for groceries. So phone and internet are the next items up on my list for the cost of living for Payson. And I find that most people use one of the big 3 in this area, either T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon. I have actually used all 3 of them, and I live really close to Payson. I live in Salem, so I'm very close and next door. I've had fantastic service with all 3 of those with those service providers. I found on the internet that T-Mobile's saying they offer 1 line for about $65, and then for 2 lines it's $100. Then it's about $20 thereafter for each line thereafter that. And then AT&T was $75 for 1 line, and Verizon's $80 for 1 line. Both of those were $140 for 2 lines, and about $20 for each line thereafter. And then you have a bunch of other of the subs. I can't remember what you call them, sub-sellers, or the ones that buy their service from the big 3 and then resell it. So you've got places like US Mobile, Cricket Wireless, Mint Mobile. I mean, there's all kinds of options that you can use if you want a little bit of a cheaper cell phone bill. A lot of those places to keep that bill down, then they usually slow down the speeds a little bit compared to like the big 3, but I don't know that it's noticeable enough to matter. I just have personally found that I like T-Mobile. I have really good service, and I'm able to talk to people right here in my house. Sometimes I've had issues with that with the other services, so that's why I stick around with T-Mobile. Internet, I pay anywhere from $60 to $80 a month is I think what that bill is. And that gets me the highest rate of internet service that I can get. But again, mine's all bundled up together with my Xfinity for TV and some landlines, things like that. So the costs for internet are pretty similar over there. But there's multiple different internet providers that you can check out and choose from. Anyway, that gives you an idea for internet costs and cell phone costs. Finally, let's talk entertainment, because that's part of life. We've got some costs there with entertainment. I think one of the fantastic things about Payson is the quality of life is fantastic if you're looking for outdoor lifestyle. And that's basically free if you want it to be. You've got Payson Canyon that's just right in the backyard of Payson, Utah. It goes up on the Nebo Loop Road. There's all kinds of hiking spots up there. You can mountain bike, you can road bike. I was just noticing the other day that 9 years ago I biked up and over that Nebo Loop Road. That's 47 miles, so you got all kinds of cycling roads. Some great challenging roads right there that you can do for free. There's lots of free camping there. A lot of areas where you can just pull off to the side of the road and camp. If you want to pay to be in a campground that has some water and some bathrooms, and they've got Payson Canyon campgrounds up to the top around the lakes. They have the Black Hawk campground, but it's still closed down from the fire that we had 3 or 4 years ago that burned that up, and they haven't restored that. And then if you get on down towards the Nephi side of the Payson or the Nebo Loop Road, then you've got the Ponderosa campground. And they also have another free campground there. I can't remember what it's called, but it does at least have some bathrooms that you can use. So, I mean, all that is free. You've got the Stadium Cinemas right there in town, so you can go to the movies. You know, half price Tuesday, you can go to the movies for $5, whatever that is. You've got several fast casual dining places like Costa Vida and Cafe Rio that are right there that, you know, for $8-9 you can have a nice meal. So that's part of entertainment to me. And then, of course, if you want a little more big city entertainment, you just hop on I-15, head on up the road 10 minutes to Spanish Fork, another 10 minutes past that, and you're in Provo Warm area and all the entertainment options that they have up that way. Payson's also pretty darn close to Spanish Fork Canyon. You go up that canyon, about an hour from Payson, you can be at either Strawberry Reservoir or Schofield Reservoir, where you can go out on the lake and enjoy a day of boating and fishing. Again, lots of camping up in those areas. So just when it comes to entertainment, as far as coming to having outdoor activities, there's just a lot of things that you can do very inexpensively in and around Payson. So thanks so much for watching this video about the cost of living in Payson, Utah. Making videos weekly about what it's like living in the greater Provo, Utah area. Again, Payson's a city that's about 20 minutes south of Provo, Utah. So, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you get notified every time that I drop a new video about living in the Provo, Utah area. I'm using my many years of being in real estate and living in this area to try to bring these cities to life for you. And don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you have a question about any of these cities I talk about and I haven't answered them in this video, I would love to answer them for you. Reach out to me, call me, text me. We can set up a Zoom meeting. We can text and call back and forth, whatever you need. And I'm here to serve you and get the information that you need and want. Again, I'm Scott Walters, Best USA Realty. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next video.